Hello my sweet pea, welcome back to my channel, Life as Juliana. I'm going to share with you one of my must-have recipe, creamy vegan baked macaroni and cheese in my kitchen. Fast, easy and simple. Now if you're here watching me cooking this vegan recipe for your very first time, be sure that you have subscribed. If you've not already subscribed, feel free to do so. Turn on your post notification settings so you will always be reminded whenever your girl uploads a brand new video. Now let's get right into it. Hello my love bug, this is my ever so best favorite creamy vegan baked macaroni and cheese recipe. I'm gonna show you this one. All my favorite vegan everything will be right here. Let's get right into the recipe. Now what you'll need is your vegan cheese. Now this vegan cheese I made at home. The link will be down below to show you how to make your vegan cheese at home. You're going to need 2 cups of macaroni. Any kind of macaroni at your choice, that is what you'll need. Cornstarch for sure. You're going to need almond milk, apple sauce unsweetened, and you're going to need your earth balance vegan butter. Now remember, the link for the vegan cheese will be listed down below. How to make homemade cheddar, sharp cheddar cheese at home, vegan style, alright? So check that out down in your description box. Now let's get started. Now you're going to need also parsley, dried parsley, fresh parsley is fine. You're going to need salt for flavor, of course, right? Then you're going to need some black pepper, and you're going to need all-purpose seasoning because you want to make sure when you're making vegan food it has flavor. You're also going to need garlic powder and paprika. Make sure that you add the spices that you like. You might not want to use these, but make sure whatever you decide to use is going to give your food flavor. Now in that pot I had about 2.5 cups to 3 cups of water. Make sure that your water is boiling nice before you add your macaroni into the water. Always put it into water that's boiling. Then I added some salt to it, and then I added some coconut oil so that my pasta wouldn't clump together, right? Simple. And I allowed it to cook for 7 minutes, not past 7 minutes, because you are going to be baking this mac and cheese. Now in that pot I added a couple of tablespoons of vegan butter, okay, and I allowed it to melt. You want to make sure that it's melted before you do anything else. Then I went in and I added some almond flour. I added about 2 tablespoons of almond flour to it, and I combined it together. And then when we are trying to not to have any lumps, but if you don't get all the lumps out, that's fine. Then I went in and I added my almond milk, and I added about 2 cups of almond milk to that, okay? So that's what I did right there. Then I did go in and add my applesauce, but I lost that clip, but I did put the applesauce in. Then I added the spices, which is the garlic, the all-purpose seasoning, the black pepper, and then I also added the parsley. Dried parsley, fresh parsley is fine. So make sure you have all those ingredients at this step, which is your applesauce and all the spices we're going to use to make your vegan baked macaroni and cheese creamy. Then I went in and added the homemade sharp cheddar cheese, right? So what I did, what I'm doing here, I'm going to allow it to melt, okay? Because when I make cheese, I always make a lot of cheese, and I store them in my freezer to use for different recipes. So this is one of those cheese that I stored. So when I'm getting ready to use it, I take it out and let it thaw. Then I went back in and added some paprika, a little bit more paprika, because I wanted to have that. It's going to give it a nice color when it's all said and done. So I give it a nice little mix, and then I'm going to allow it to thick thicken up. All the lumps and everything is going to come out nice and smooth, and it's going to be really, really, really creamy, like really creamy, just like this. Creamy. Exactly. That is so perfect. That is the perfect consistency to put the macaroni, to clash the macaroni with, right? And the flavor is everything right there. So then you go ahead and you put your cooked macaroni that has been cooking for 7 minutes and not more, and then you combine all that together. You turn the heat off at this step, and your oven should be on at this step. Your oven is going to be on 375 degrees, and this baked mac and cheese takes about 45 minutes to bake uncovered, y'all. Make sure you bake it uncovered. You go ahead and you put it into a baking container. It doesn't matter if it looks liquidy, that's fine. That's what you want. You don't want it to be dry because you want it to be nice and juicy when you're ready to eat the thing, right? So when I went back in, I added some more paprika on top, a little bit more parsley on top, and then I went ahead and put it into my preheated oven only at 375 degrees, and I allowed it to bake uncovered for a good 45 minutes. And when it came out the oven, that is what we had. Nice and bubbly and creamy. Everything came together. The smell was amazing. This is one of my most favorite vegan baked macaroni and cheese. So delicious. I'm in love with this recipe. This recipe is good for backyard parties, Thanksgiving, Christmas dinners, you name it. This is the perfect vegan mac and cheese. Your guests won't even know that they're having vegan mac and cheese with this recipe. The thing is so overly delicious, over the top delicious. I kid you not. I always have to make this in my kitchen because this is just a must-have. It is so, not only is it delicious, but of course this is also healthy. You don't have to feel guilty when you eat any amount of this baked mac and cheese. It is so good, y'all. It is so good. You have to give this recipe a try. You will not be disappointed. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. This macaroni and cheese is the bomb. Look at that. Take your bite right there. Now I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I hope that you will subscribe if you haven't already. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up and share the recipe with friends and family. Let me know what you'd like to have me doing next on this channel, and yeah, walk good.